Number 9.
Welcome to the Rocanville skating rink tonight for this pivotal Game 3 of the SEHL Championship game. Canora Cobras are up 2-0 on the Rocanville Tigers, a perennial powerhouse. Will Rocanville be able to claw their way back into the series, or will the Canora Cobras strike and win, be the first other team to win the SEHL? We find out tonight. Here's your host, Travis Longman.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans in the United States and Newfoundland, wherever you're tuning in. It's great to be with you from the Noble Construction Arena in Rocanville, Saskatchewan. And today, we could see another championship crown. Last night, we saw the Davidson Cyclones move their body and win the Provincial B Championship in Mooseman. And right now, it's time for that wonderful anthem. It's time now to meet the Canora Cobras. Number 1, Rylan Pelkowick. 2, Matthew Wilgosh. 4, Carson Dennis. 6, Vaughn Wilgosh. 8, Tanner Denisowik. 10, Casey Majdonic. 11, William Hauber. 14, Cole Rathgeber. 15, Derek Schwartz. 17, Jacob Golka. 17, yes, there's 2 17s apparently listed on the program. Grady Wolkowski. 18, Tyler Osafarov. 19, Logan Wolkowski. 20, Skylar Wallen. And we'll meet the rest of them when we have a chance here. Rocanville bangs it off the boards and down the ice it goes. We are in the sound booth here in Rocanville with the new announcer. We lost Rodney Budd devastatingly back in the latter part of last year, but the new guy I hear is doing a spectacular job with some big shoes to fill. And from what we've heard so far, he's doing a great job. 30 seconds, we're going to keep me, and I'm going to keep coughing too, apparently. 19, Logan Wolkowski. 20, Skylar Wallen. 21, Cody Dubas. 22, Austin Severson. 24, Cody Rock. 28, Thomas Hauber. 29, Logan Foster has a face-off at center ice. Rocanville has it. Passes it back. And playing what's it in their own end. Easy for me to say. Foster battling for it. Number 29, Logan Foster. One of the players to watch this evening for the Cobras. Cross-ice pass going in. Over. Thompson. Thompson in. Cross-ice pass out of reach of Cochran. Cochran. Thompson. 2 of the coaches for the Wayway Capital Wolverines of the Manitoba Junior Hockey League who are in the playoffs. And That's why they have missed, I believe, the first 2 games of this series, at least last night's game. Takes a shot, redirected, back at the blue line. It's down below our vantage point, and hopefully there's not much action right below us. Because hit on the numbers, taken into the boards. Thompson takes a shot. Not much on that one, and it goes wide. Turned over, it's Thompson. Takes a shot, almost bunted it in. Sent down the ice, that's Thomas Hauber. And the play is just in front of the Rocanville net. Now it's at the red line on the other side. Up nice pass to number 88, Stefanishin. Stefanishin with a shot, and that goes high and out of play. 17:49 to go in the first period. It's still scoreless here in Rocanville.
The Rocanville Tigers would like to thank tonight's 50/50 sponsors, Four Seasons Sales Verdant and Goodman Steel Ltd. for starting the pot at $1,000.
Stefanishin takes a draw. Rocanville comes away with it. That's number 8, Dylan Ravey. Up ahead, intercepted. Stefanishin takes a shot. Ravey has it behind his net. Bumped into the boards, a physical play, and you can expect a lot of that from these two teams. Standing them up at the blue line, my dad would be proud of that play. Big hit by Carson Dennis. Back the other way come the Cobras. They turn it over, though, and Rocanville has it in their own end. Out to play it. Trying to get our best possible shot there, and I end up failing miserably. Up ahead, down the ice. $16:50 remains in the first period. Still scoreless between these two powerhouses of the Sask East Hockey League, and going down the ice, Scott McCoskey. Behind the net, puts it in front, redirected, banked off the boards, kept in. And that goes high and out of play with 16:33 to go in the first period. Shots on net are 1-0 in favor of the Canora Cobras. Reed, what's your take on the game so far?
Kind of exactly what we expected to start out this game. Back and forth hockey. Rocanville's trying to find an answer here. Canora's kind of stunned them the first couple of days and stunned them last night in overtime. So we're going to have to see their adjustments tonight to beat this very talented Canora team.
Right now, the Cobras have the Tigers by the tail, looking to finish them off this evening on the backhand. But the Tigers, they're cornered. If you see the Tigers, you'll understand. If you see the Tigers saw a man. And they were a man short-handed yesterday. Getting Thompson back, the Tigers once again want to prove that they are the kings of the SEHL. The shot. Big save there for the Rocanville netminder. Kieran Maddle. Thank you to our wonderful stats team to the left of me.
Canora netminder, Travis.
No, the shot was on Rocanville. The Rocanville goaltender made the save.
I'm looking at, yep, you are correct. Rocanville's in their home black. My apologies.
Let it be clear that, mark it down. Someone said I was correct. It's a miracle. Schwartz banks it off the boards. Up ahead. Good defensive play there. Dubas. And too much mustard on that, but Schwartz also had too much mustard on it. Needed a little bit of relish to slow it down. Sent down the ice. 15:25 remains in the first period. Still no score. Cochran watches it go down, and that one is icing. one of the greatest people you could ever meet, Lyle Kellogg. It's great to have you aboard here this evening, Lyle, and sorry we didn't get to chat last night. I always enjoy our talks, and you're an inspiration to me, not just on the ball diamonds, but as a person as well. Down the ice, Canora has it. Kept in. Canora puts it on. Directed by Medill. Up ahead, and the crowd's going crazy.
Oh, a little slash. There's the penalty.
Delayed penalty. Thompson coming in across the blue line. Takes a shot high, and that goes off the Zamboni doors. And we have a penalty. We want to say hello to Bob Bassick, who's watching as well. How you doing, Bob? Out there to take the drop for Canora is Vaughn Wilgosh. Or he's out there. He's not out there. He's going off. Spinning around Thompson. Regal. Back to number 25 for the Tigers. Brett Hope. Regal sends it down. Howie back in front. Big save there by Santos.
Number 44, Scott Mikowski. 2 minutes for slashing. That's Mikowski. 2 minutes for slashing at 5:28.
Mikowski for slashing for 2 minutes or less. And for the Tigers, you hope, if you're a Tigers fan, you got to hope that it is less. Got to strike while the iron's hot. Stop by the Canora minder, number 30, Brad Santos. We want to thank everyone for tuning in on this Saturday night. I am your host, Travis Longman. We didn't have our patented introduction on Saturday nights like we usually do. Producer Mitch is a little bit under the weather, so we made do. We passes it over, takes a shot, he scores! The Tigers have struck early and a 1-0 power play goal.
And that's exactly what Rocanville needed to start this game, Travis. Get on the board early. Get Canora back onto their heels, who are riding highs of beating this team 2 games in a row, which you don't see Rocanville lose 2 games in a row very often. So they get to kind of put it to them now, being ahead in the game.
You don't see Rocanville lose much in regulation, period. 0 regulation losses all regular season.
29 and 91. Yeah, gotcha. Thanks. Thompson from Cochran and Robertson.
Thompson from Cochran and Robertson opens the scoring for the Tigers.
Rocanville Tigers' first goal of the game, scored by number 10, Taylor Thompson. Assisted by number 29, Landry Cochran, and number 91, Jordan Robertson. That's Thompson from Cochran and Robertson at 6:32.
And Rocanville has it again, looking for some more. Rocanville had a 2-0 lead in game 1 on home ice, but Canora overcame that in the second and third period. And we'll take a break. You're watching Good On Industries Game Time on TL Media. Maybe we won't. No, we're not going to take a break right now.
I'm going to let this play out.
Absolutely. I don't think they're discussing Easter plans.
As this plays out, I'm going to, at intermission, a little bit of a switch up. I'm going to bring back an old interview of ours it being the SEHL and where the incident happened, I believe producer Mitch is bringing in the Cole Kuzator interview for me, because I believe it's a very important topic that to be talked about, and for anybody that missed it last time.
And thankfully, it wasn't a lot worse. Cole was back, I think, in 2 weeks after that incident, but it's great to revisit and just to show how lucky he was. Breaking out Thompson. Thompson, the dangler. And Santos with the save. Canora has it, takes a shot.
Okay. Okay, so 6 and Cochran and 6.
And the puck goes out of play. We will take a break now.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
Takes a shot from the point. That goes wide of the net.
Rocanville Tigers penalty for number 29, Landron Cochran. 2 minutes for roughing. That's Cochran. 2 minutes for roughing at 7:36.
Cochran for roughing at
Canora Cobras
7:36.
penalty for number 6, Vaughn Wilgosh. 2 minutes for roughing. That's Wilgosh. 2 minutes for roughing at 7:36.
Cochran and Wilgosh are both in the penalty box for their respective clubs.
So there's the refs taking control early, Travis. You get a dust up like that, they take control, take both guys, send a message. They're not going to put up with it. Great job by this officiating crew earlier in the game.
Absolutely, you don't want to get it out of hand early. Ruffalo's driving in. Howie puts it back to the point. Takes a shot. That goes wide. Howie back in front. Big save there by Sentas. Banked off the boards and out. Went after his Folliard. Sent down. Up ahead. And that one will be icing. Shots on net right now are 7-4 in favor of the Rocanville Tigers. They've came to play in Game 3. Kuster is heading to the penalty box for slashing.
This is penalty trouble that neither team can afford to get into. Each of these offenses and power plays are too potent. They're going to have to stay out of the box if Rocanville wants to extend this series.
Absolutely. Driving in, set down. Banked off. In the far corner.
Rocanville Tigers penalty for number 6,
Takes a shot.
Eric Kuzin. 2 minutes for slashing. That's
And the puck
Kuzin.
goes down the ice.
Slashing at
Kuzip's in the box for
9:12.
slashing at 9:12. Robertson hammered into the boards. The physicality has been great in the early going of this one. Canora up. Santos. Foster, Logan Foster across the red line, across the blue line. In front. Takes a shot. Big save there by Medill. Oh, watch out. And it's back the other way. Thompson. Thompson in. Backhand. Missed it by that much. Had a big collision at the near boards. Result in a penalty. Devin McGonigal sends his team down 2. 2 men. What looked like just a good hard hit.
It's almost got me wondering, Travis, if maybe there was some issues last game last night, where these refs have been told, don't let anything go. Don't let them just play. Take control. Maybe the officiating crew last night saw something that this was boiling over.
And game 3 of a series, it's definitely a slugfest. The feeling out process is over. Both of these teams are now comfortable with each other, and now it's time for the third game.
Number 23, Devin McGonigal. 2 minutes for boarding. That's
Boarding.
McGonigal. 2 minutes
The
for
make or
boarding
break
at
game.
11:28.
If you survive the third game, you're doing all right. In the far corner, down. 5-on-3, but a good penalty kill for the Tigers. Intercepted and across the blue line, over the red line, dumped down behind and out to play it. Back to 5-on-4. Foster over. Logan Foster. Thompson loses it. Logan Foster. The always dangerous Logan Foster. 8:18 to go here in the first period. Shots on net are 8-6 in favor of Rocanville, and they lead 1-0. Kept in. Takes a shot. And another good defensive play there on the power play. Back. Trying to get something going here, but this Tigers penalty kill is ferocious. They're great, you could say. Dubas behind the net. Across. Foster. Dumped down. Holds on to it. Medill. 7:41 to go. First period. Rocanville's lucky to get away with a no hooking penalty there. The blast. Oh, sacrifice. That one will hurt. Absolutely. He's very slow to get off. Slow to the bench was number 5, Stefan Follier. Regal. Behind the net in front. And that one hit the... No, it mustn't have hit the roof. And Rocanville has killed off the 5-on-3. So far, the momentum is all the Tigers have. It's all on the Tigers side, rather. We'll take a quick break right now. You're watching Gun Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
Rocanville wins the draw. We fan on it. Banked off the boards. Over. Leaps forward, but no call. Robertson. Play goes out of the zone. Carson Dennis over. Wilgosh. Wilgosh. Wilgosh across. Wilgosh. 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 6:05 to go. And a little bit of pushing, shoving down at the far end.
You're going to get that pushing and shoving, especially in game 3 of a series, but good to see the officials in there keeping it under control. Guys aren't really crossing the line yet, so actually it looks like Rocanville is going to get a penalty, a misconduct.
A 10-minute misconduct, I believe. No, there's a 2-minute going on the board. And we did see the misconduct suggested by the official.
Yeah, the official gets kind of a decision there whether they think it's a 2 or a 10. Usually your first one will be the 2-minute, but if you get dimed up again, it'll be your 10. I'm interested to see if that's going to be coming from the bench or if that was a player on the ice.
Brett Hope is serving the infraction.
Yep.
I don't believe Brett Hope was on the ice for that last sequence either.
Yeah, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. Yeah, 13:55.
2 minutes for unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
Rocanville Tigers penalty for number 25, Brett Hope. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. That's Hope.
Thompson
2
on
minutes for
ice.
unsportsmanlike conduct at 13:53.
Thompson came inches away, or sorry, we're not supposed to use American terms, centimeters away from making it a 2-0 game. Down low, cross ice. Oh, big save there by Bill, and down the ice to play it is Sentis. McCoskey up across the blue line. Foster takes a shot. Stopped by Medill. McGonigal. Let's see if McGonigal will be off the case with this one.
It's from what I could see from my vantage point of an hour away, it kind of looks like he should get a penalty there. The Canora player was up against the boards and he got shoved from behind.
You gotta think that his teammates were saying, "Can you do it for me, McGonigal?"
Well, we're getting a comment here from Daniel. I'm not even going to pronounce that last name, Daniel. I'm sorry. But this looks a lot like the start of last night's game. If you were there, could you let us know? Was there a little bit of a boil over in that game?
Moves it up. Kicked aside there by Santos. And another one. He doesn't know where it is. It's up in the air. Goes behind the net. Regal battling hard.
Slash, yep.
And another slashing penalty. Canora's going off. This is more of a slasher. You'd expect a lot of slashers around Halloween, but not March level of hockey.
I really wish we had a way to patch in a fan because Daniel was one of the referees last night.
Austin Severson's off. Cochran's taking the draw. Or at least they're talking.
You had the wrong guy.
Last night's game was won in overtime by the Canora Cobras. And Darren Schwartz is on the ice. The Canora bench door is wide open, and Schwartz is having words with the linesman. Backhanded over, down. Madonic.
Slashing, 419. Thanks. 6 slashing at 1541. 6. One will go. That is second one.
Canora Cobras penalty for number 6, Vaughn Wilgosh. 2 minutes for slashing. That's Wilgosh. 2 minutes for slashing at 15:41.
That's Wilgosh's second stick infraction of the opening period. 3:45 to go in the opening stanza. It's still 1-0 for the Rocanville Tigers. Hope goes back for it. Brett Hope in his own end. Hope leaves it. And across. Thompson trying to dangle and sent down the ice. Thompson has it behind his net. Breaking out. Up. Into the boards. Home 2 balls. Shot just wide. The blast from the point. Hope. That goes high over the net. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J SEHL Insurance.
Good play there by Hope, but it's sent down the ice by number 88, Riley Stefanition. Thompson. Thompson has it in his own end. Passes cross ice and Rocanville. Now has it in the Canora end. Passes back. Thompson. That's the blue line pass over to Hope. Kicked aside there by Sentis. And back the other way. Schultz sends it. Fort sends it down the ice. 2:35 remaining in the first period. Foster's just content with watching the Tigers player go get it. Not really moving his feet at all. Correction, that was number 22, not 29. Austin Stevenson.
Trev, Canora is up 2-0. The white jerseys, they're looking to end the series tonight, and always awesome having you back with us.
Trev, I believe you're from Indian Head. Is that correct? How are things there this evening? No, Severson is in fact a human being. He is not a pylon.
And let's just remember to not use our comment space to attack anybody, whether it be one of these great athletes or another viewer, please.
Let's keep the comments within the boundaries of good taste. Donkeys are for the pastures, not for comments on TL Media. Sent down the ice. Hope behind the net. Plays slowed down considerably in the last few minutes. But if you're a Tigers fan, you got to be pleased with the start. Here they come again. Cochran. Turned over. Logan Foster. Foster across the blue line. Sends it down low. Canora.
To play in the first period.
Severson. Severson. Skating. Foster. Foster looking. The backhand. Knocked aside there by Medell. A blast from the point. Well wide. Goes down. Feeds it down low. Kept in. Cobras looking to strike before the end of the first period. 25 seconds. Down low. Oh, had a wide open Cage, but could not get Wood on the puck. Rocanville back down. It's Thompson. Thompson has it knocked off his stick, sent up ahead, and that one will go for icing. 14.2 seconds left in the first period.
Is Zane Walker playing tonight, Travis?
I will find that out. Is Zane Walker playing tonight?
I haven't seen him, eh?
Number 20, I don't believe I've seen.
We do not believe we have seen him. There's 4 people in the press box here, and none of us have seen him. Oh, Severson goes down. And we have a brouhaha developing here in Rocanville. And the fans are standing up to him. Severson appeared to take the brunt of it. Not sure if he did anything to instigate it. Cooler heads, in fact, prevailed before the gloves came off. And you can bet there's going to be some penalties out of that one. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media. Go take your dog for a walk or refill your beverage. Tell your friend to tell 6 more friends. And if I was down there, I'd be standing up to them too, Daniel. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media.
And I will send you to a sponsorship video, and then we'll come back with Cole Kuster. I know I did not pronounce that right, but...
Good on Industries. Celebration Ford. Zaylee's Furniture. Community Insurance. Bobic Roofing. Source Embroidery. J&J Hale Insurance. Levi Jameson Farms. Volley Aerobotics. Wanda Heron Photography. Dodge City Cimentals. The Hideout. Mako Well Servicing. Today's Furniture and Electronics. Young's Equipment. The Crate House. Wilson's Hometown Lawns. Nixon Electric. Sweeting Enterprises. Spruce Hill Farms. Highway Brothers Automotive. Shaw Agencies. Streaming services provided by Longman Apiaries.
Rather scary looking and scary incident. Cole, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was just a game, typical game down in Esterhazy. It was a 5-on-3 power play for us at the time. We weren't having much success that night. We were down 5-0, so we're hoping to get a little bit of life back in us there on a 5-on-3 power play. Just a normal draw down in their end zone. I remember the puck was kind of in between everyone in the kerfuffle down in the dot, and I remember just trying to get the puck to the defenseman as quick as I could. And in all that battle, I believe, from what I've understood and what I can kind of remember, and another teammate kind of said this is kind of what he's seen too, is just the opponent just lost his footing and kind of went down, and his skate come up and accidentally hit me in the upper neck and the jaw. At the time, I didn't really think, it was all that bad. I just thought, man, that kind of hurt. Took my gloves off, kind of started feeling around, and I noticed that there was quite a bit of blood coming out of there. I remember one of the Esterhazy defensemen, he started screaming at the bench, get some help out here kind of thing, stop the play, anything to grab anyone's attention. While I was down, kind of holding on to the cut, I remember telling myself, okay, you gotta get moving. You gotta get to the bench right now. this is kind of serious here. So I started skating towards our bench. And on my way to the bench, I happened to pass our trainer who was running on the ice. We joke about it now. He said he had to do a quick 180 and get to the bench as quick as he could there. One of my teammates at the time, he skated across the ice and got his wife's attention because she's a nurse. Her name's Caitlin Putlin. And he was screaming at her from the crowd, come down here, come down here. So she actually scaled into the penalty box from what I was told and ran across the ice as fast as she could to get to our bench and into our area of the arena there. So I got to the bench. On my way to the bench, I remember teammate Colby Jacob, he come and he put his hand on the wound and he was screaming at the bench, get 911 on the phone right now, get somebody on this. So I walked into the hallway to go to our dressing room, and I was quickly grabbed by, I believe, Stephen Shackleton. He was one of our trainers, and he said, "No, buddy, we got to go. We got to go out the door right now. We're going to the hospital." So he escorted me to the back door of the arena where we come in to play the game. We exited that door. In the meantime, our assistant coach, Mark Pryor, he already had his truck running. He had the doors all open to the vehicle so we could access it quicker and easier. So I remember Stephen had pressure with Katie on the wound. We got into the back of the truck. By then, my wife had made it down to our dressing room area and was out the door in the front seat of the truck. Mark drove the truck. Riding in the back seat, Caitlin just had an enormous amount of pressure on it, just trying to stop the bleeding. Shaq was aiding her with some pressure on the wound as well. We drove all the way across town to the Esterhazy Hospital. Thank goodness we were in Esterhazy, as strange as it is, because they're one of the local communities that have a hospital in their town. So we got to the hospital. My wife then was, in the meantime, getting to the hospital. I remember my wife trying to phone Esterhazy's hospital plus 911, I believe, at the time, and she couldn't get through. But from what we've understood is there's so many people on the phone just trying to contact them to let them know, like, hey, there's been an incident, like you got a hockey player coming down ASAP. So we got there, kind of remember shuffling out of the back of the truck. My wife went in, got a wheelchair. I was still full in my hockey gear at the time. They wheeled me in, and by then I think the nursing staff on hand in Esterhazy kind of got a real good visual of like, whoa, this isn't your typical hockey injury here. This guy's actually like got a serious cut around the neck area. So they wheeled me into the hospital. They were still applying a lot of pressure on the wound. They got me into a room there, laid me out on a bed. One of the nurses then kind of aided with putting a kind of an absorbent pad or whatever you want to call it onto the wound and applied enormous amounts of pressure. During all that, the boys, Stephen and Mark, were taking off my skates and shin pads and whatever else. I had another couple nurses, I think they were getting ready to put IVs in me because they weren't sure, what could maybe happen. I remember getting asked all the time, are you nauseated? Are you dizzy? Do you feel like you're going to pass out? And I just kept saying, no, I'm doing okay, and they said, just, keep breathing. I remember Caitlin Putlin there, she just kept saying, breathe through your nose, out through your mouth, and just kind of keep that heart rate down as best you can. I remember my wife was kind of frantically, asking, is he going to be okay? Like, what's going on? Like, is he going to make it? And I remember she kind of got the memo that, well, like we don't really know at this time. Like we're just trying to do our best to stop this bleeding. And I know my wife said, man, I was so scared. Like, I was starting to get the flash of the what ifs if you were gone. And so a lot of raw emotion running at that time through everyone. So we got into the back room of Esterhazy, into the room in Esterhazy Hospital. Nurse was applying pressure. The IVs were starting to get, I don't believe I did get IVs put in. Maybe I did. I can't remember, but I did have the needles in the arms just in case things went south. By then there was a doctor on in the room, and she was on the phone with Stars out of Regina. By then, I believe the boys on the ice had then stopped the hockey game because Stars was admitted to maybe coming to Esterhazy to airlift me. So there was a lot of uncertainty at that point throughout the arena, even throughout the people that were aiding with me at the hospital. So the one nurse, I believe, it was around a half an hour or so. The one nurse had to change out with the other nurse. She was getting fatigued from putting pressure on the wound. So after about another, I want to say it was another good half an hour and a bit potentially of pressure being applied to the wound. The doctor, was still in contact with Stars. They were still kind of asking, like, can you guys see any of what's going on within his neck? And she says that we can't get the blood to stop bleeding right now. We're going to keep trying our best to do that. And Stars just keep applying pressure. And of course, it was freezing rain in Regina that night. So, it was just kind of just like, my gosh, of a situation. So yeah, about a good hour and a bit, the doctor kind of come in and they pulled back the pad and they looked at my neck, and the doctor was like, oh, wow, look at that. Like the bleeding has subsided substantially. They got a good visual of what was going on inside the cut. So she was relaying the message to the Stars guy that, the bleeding has subsided a lot. We can now see what's going on, what kind of lacerations are inside the neck and the chin area. So the Stars guy, basically, he just said, you know what, that, as bad as this sounds, you guys are doing a great job with everything you guys are doing. Keep applying pressure on that wound. From what you're telling me, doctor, is that Cole will be able to probably go to Yorkton, and I'm sure they can accommodate him with whatever needs to be done to get him in the recovery mode. So by then, I believe everybody was kind of like, ooh, like that's good. That's good. I know the guys at the arena, when Stars was called, they went into the dressing room and they had a big prayer, and we're just praying for my health, praying that that I would be able to come see them again. And I believe when everyone in that arena who was praying and thinking of me, I believe that's kind of when my bleeding had stopped, was when everybody started to think of praying and just giving their thoughts to me. I can't thank God enough for being with me in that moment, and everybody who aided me to getting into this road to recovery. So after they got the bleeding to stop, I remember they just wrapped a big bandage around me and applied quite a bit of pressure. That was the biggest goal, is just to try and get that artery that was cut, nicked and cut in a few spots, to really clot up and stop bleeding.
Good on Industries. Celebration Ford. Zaley's Furniture. Community Insurance. Bobick Roofing. Source Embroidery. J&J Hale Insurance. Levi Jameson Farms. Volley Aerobotics. Wanda Heron Photography. Dodge City Cimentals. The Hideout. Mako Well Servicing. Today's Furniture and Electronics. Young's Equipment. The Crate House. Wilson's Hometown Lawns. Nixon Electric. Sweeting Enterprises. Spruce Hill Farms. Highway Brothers Automotive. Shaw Agencies. Streaming services provided by Longman Apiaries.
Now, for anybody who didn't know who that interview was of, that's Cole Kuster. I'm sorry, Cole. Of the Churchbridge Imperials, a forward for them, who was injured earlier this year in a game
Rocanville
the
Tigers!
senior hockey team, who has now made a full recovery, but very important thing to have on here. And glad that we have that and had that time with Cole to be able to give that now to you guys.
I mentioned the 50.
Absolutely, and thank you for running that read.
Yeah, really, yeah.
We're back here in Rocanville for game number 3 between the Rocanville Tigers and the Canora Cobras. Rocanville leads 1-0 after the first period, and we got some penalty trouble. Canora will start the period shorthanded for 2 minutes, and we'll let the PA announcer disclose what the penalties were momentarily as soon as the intermission officially wraps up.
Canora Cobras penalties for number 22, Austin Severson, 2 minutes for cross-checking, and number 28, Thomas Hauber, 2 minutes for roughing. That's Severson, 2 minutes for cross-checking, and Hauber, 2 minutes for roughing at 0 seconds. Rocanville Tigers penalty for number 5, Stephon Fulliard, 2 minutes for roughing. That's Fulliard, 2 minutes for roughing at 0 seconds.
Clear as mud. All right, we're back.
You should just say the time.
Hold on for a whistle.
Oh, okay. So all penalties, all results, so don't pause. No. That's why be a little smooth.
Yeah, so it's not
19:15 in left in the second period. Shots on net are 13-9 in favor of the Rocanville Tigers. Their backs are against the wall here this evening. Their season is on the line. Unfamiliar territory for the Tigers. Hope across the blue line. It's by. Hope across the other blue line. Going down low, Hope going in. Thompson over. Takes a shot. That one goes behind the net. Rocanville looking ferocious here in the second period. And it's been a chippy start to the game so far.
Yeah, neither of these teams seemed really like each other, but we also got to think this is the first time the Rocanville Tigers have had their backs up against a wall like this. They're seeing a team that's equally as good as them. And Rocanville has had competition before, but I think this might be the stiffest competition they've had, and Canora's not going to be pushed around.
No, our first year of broadcast. We had the privilege of going up to Theodore for game number 5 between Theodore and Rocanville. Rocanville won that championship, which was the first Saskey's Hockey League championship. Rocanville looking dangerous here on this man advantage. Passes at Hope. Hope over. Takes a shot. Get decided there by Santos. And back down the other way. He backhands it out of the zone, down the ice. Medill has to play it. Hope. Hope behind his net. Hope. Up. Thompson. The smooth skating of Thompson. Gathers that puck with ease. Across the blue line. Foster taken into the boards. Pass it. Here's Canora, shorthanded. The backhand. He scores! The Cobras slither one past Medill to tie the game up at 1.
And that's what's going to happen with a team like Canora. They're geared for this. They're geared to fight back in games and never quit. And that's exactly what you're seeing. It doesn't matter if they have guys in the box and Rocanville's been all over them. They keep fighting. They keep grinding. And there it is, the tie game.
The silky smooth hands of Logan Foster ties this one up at 1.
Yep.
Beautiful deke. Medill had nothing he could do on that one.
Thanks. Logan Foster from Austin, Severson.
Foster from Severson ties this one up.
Canora Cobras goal scored by number 29, Logan Kuster, assisted by number 22, Austin Severson.
Boyer.
Foster from Severson at
Dubas.
2:27.
Big collision. Puck still loose. Good non-whistle by the referee, who's right there. Kept in. Howie loses it. And you got to think. You just got to think. You can't take penalties like that.
And you're seeing, Travis, watching these sequences, they're starting to let some stuff go. You see a cross check, you see a slash, but you're getting that retaliation of that hold, which that retaliation might have been to protect himself, but they always call the retaliation. That's what you're
Absolutely.
seeing this game.
I tell my kids all the time, don't retaliate. Walk away, because they'll always take the person who retaliates.
Yep.
Rocanville has it in.
49 connects. Yeah, Schwartz holding 3:11.
Schwartz is in the box. 2 minutes for holding. A minute 47
Canora
left.
Cobras penalty for number 15, Derek Schwartz. 2 minutes for holding. That's Schwartz. 2 minutes for holding at 3:11.
Yep. Yes, he did. Yeah.
Rocanville trying to get something set up here. He can, loses it, and it just stays in. Back. Thompson. Thompson has at the blue line. He lets a shot go. That goes wide. And 29, Landon Cochran, wearing Jeff Odger's old number 29. Although I think Odger would gladly say that it's Landon's number. Landon Cochran has had a storied career with the Tigers as well. Regal. Hope. Hope. Down low. In front. The Tigers have had a storied last 2 decades. One of the powerhouses in all of... I'll get back to that thought here momentarily. Our attention right now needs to be on the injured Cobra, who's very slow to get up. It's an upper body injury. And we're going to take our full timeout. You're watching Good On Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Good On Industries. Celebration Ford. Zaylee's Furniture. Community Insurance. Bobic Roofing. Source Embroidery. J&J Hale Insurance. Levi Jameson Farms. Volley Aerobotics. Wanda Heron Photography. Dodge City Cementals. The Hideout. Mako Well Servicing. Today's Furniture and Electronics. Young's Equipment. The Crate House. Wilson's Hometown Lawns. Nixon Electric. Sweeting Enterprises. Spruce Hill Farms. Highway Brothers Automotive. Shaw Agencies. Streaming services provided by Longman Apiaries.
Welcome back. It would appear that Mydonic is number 10. It appears from our vantage point. Casey Mydonic was down with an upper body injury. He skated off on his own power, but very much in discomfort. with his upper body injury. Shoulder. That's what it was. It was his shoulder. But it's playoff hockey, so we're going to call it an upper body injury, even though it was a shoulder. Very much appeared to be his shoulder. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. But I bet it was his shoulder. And you got to hope that it's a fast recovery. Takes a shot. Blocked. Bobbles it. Sentis. And holds on for a whistle. Casey Mydonic was the player down on the ice. He is, his return is doubtful, to say the least. It looked like he was in an immense amount of pain. Getting back to the action at hand here in Rocanville, though. 14:40 to go in the second period. Rocanville has a chance. Big rebound. Sentis makes the save. Closing the 5-hole shut tight. Up ahead. Canora going in. Kuster once again looking for more. And Medill's helmet comes off. The flowing locks of Medill. That one has him phased. Stretching the jaw muscles. Foster can shoot and shoot hard. I've had the privilege of watching Logan Foster back in his Pee-wee days when he was in with the Camtech Flyers. That club won the provincial championship that year, back in 2011. Ironically, that same year, that Camtech team beat Rocanville, the Pee-wee team beat Rocanville in the league playoffs. But they were winning everything that year.
Do we want a short spot while they work on his mask?
Let's take a quick 30. You're watching Good on
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
I've only got an 11 or a minute 6.
I hit him right on the game.
Oh, let's play multiple bunch. Oh no, we're back. It would appear that Medill has a helmet. Not going to jump on it. Wisely so. Back in those days, they were a lot tougher than we are. Now we need all sorts of this protective equipment. And is it toughness or is it knowledge? And we've all been educated. Hey, getting hit with an 8-ounce piece of rubber, it hurts. What do you think, Reed?
I'm going to go with intelligence.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. It's you can't get back brain cells.
You cannot. No matter how hard you try. There's multiple ways to lose brain cells. But and we have another Cobra down, and we're gonna get ugly here. We're gonna brouhaha developing.
I think we could see a 5-minute in a game here, Travis. That was straight to the numbers. No need for that hit there.
Frustration for the Tigers. And intent to injure. When you nail someone at the numbers, let's play a full 45. They've got everything under control, the ref and linesman, and it's quickly turning into not a game for the faint of heart. Let's take a quick 15. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Good on Industries. Celebration Ford. Zaley's Furniture. Community Insurance. Bobic Roofing. Source Embroidery. J&J Hale Insurance. Levi Jameson Farms. Volley Aerobotics. Wanda Heron Photography. Dodge City Cimentals. The Hideout. Mako Well Servicing. Today's Furniture and Electronics. Young's Equipment. The Crate House. Wilson's Hometown Lawns. Nixon Electric. Sweeting Enterprises. Spruce Hill Farms. Highway Brothers Automotive. Shaw Agencies. Streaming services provided by Longman Apiaries.
Now, as we come back, before we get the announcement of the penalties, Daniel, what as a referee, what do you think's coming?
Speculation is that it was Tanner Denisalik, number 8, that got hit from behind. We'll have a further update as we know.
Yeah, it was a little bit tough to tell, but it looked like an 8 on the back of his jersey.
I want to take this time to thank everyone for tuning in and making this Saturday night broadcast possible. We couldn't do it without our wonderful supporters, such as Mike Stackhouse at Reed. You want to list off the sponsors that we have out beside our scoreboard?
Yeah, we got Source Embroidery and Screen Printing. We got J&J Hale Insurance out of Redverse, Saskatchewan. Bobic Roofing. Good On Industries, our title sponsor. We love them over at Good On. We got Community Insurance. Give them a call for all your insurance needs, as well as give J&J a call for all your hail insurance needs. And then we got Celebration Ford. You're looking to get into a new vehicle? Head down to Celebration. They'll treat you right.
And we also can't forget about Hub Insurance. If you're in the Luxembourg area and you need some insurance, go see Kathy. She'll hook you up with what you need. Open Monday to Friday.
Thank you, Daniel. Now I feel vindicated.
It is just a 2-minute minor to Rocanville. They are playing very undisciplined, an uncharacteristic, undisciplined game for the Tigers. And an uncharacteristic play for number 10, Hamilton. 2 minutes for boarding.
Well, and Travis, all you get out of a play like that when you only give him a 2, I understand the ref doesn't want to kick a guy out of a game. But all you get when you give him that 2 is you're setting it up for in 2 minutes. Canora wants to go after him. It's setting
a 10-minute misconduct. Sorry, Reed. A 10-minute misconduct has been given as well.
Yeah, so there'll be the 2 for the board plus a 10. He's not out of the game, I guess. 2 and a 10, he might be.
Hamilton got 2 and a 10. Back the other way. Cochran. Spinning around. Cochran going in. Cochran trying to do it himself. Nobody's going back with Cochran. Draws a penalty. A great rush.
Number 11, Troy Hamilton. 2 minutes for boarding.
Minute 46 to go. And that negates the power play that the Cobras had.
At 6:05. Canora Cobras penalty for number 65.
If we have one of our statisticians in the chat, I'd be curious to know what we're at for penalty minutes.
10-minute misconduct at 6:05.
Passes it over. The backhand.
Oh, there's the time. Yep. $13:41. Okay.
And once again, the parade to the penalty box continues. disciplined play for the Rocanville Tigers. Well, both of these teams, really.
21. Okay. 6-19.
Well, I
I
haven't
would-
seen Canora that much, but we saw them in Wapella, right?
Yes, we did.
And
They were
they were
short-staffed
not
that
like
night.
this. But I've watched Rocanville for now. Granted, I haven't watched them this year, but years past, and this is not how Rocanville plays. Something happened between these two teams that they do not like each other.
No. And it's the third game of the series. There's going to be animosity. They met last year in the playoffs.
For number 21,
Thompson going in.
Cody Dubas.
Thompson.
2 minutes for hooking. That's Dubas. 2 minutes for hooking at 6:19.
Thompson. Still has it. Down low. It would be interesting to find out the total number of penalty minutes in the early first half of this game. We're not even halfway through this one. And the parade to the penalty box has been rampant. The amount of penalties, as they're saying in the booth, you'd think that would be higher scoring. Tremendous penalty kills for both teams. Foyard moves it up. And Thompson just stays on side. Taken down. Is that a penalty? No, there is no arm up in the air. Play on. Play on. Surprisingly. Back to the point. The last sentence. Watches it go wide. Back in front. Takes a shot. Kicked aside. Battle in the far corner. Rocanville gets it back. Hope has it. Gets it over. Watches it go by. Spinning around. Banked off the boards. Kept. No. Sent down. In front. Over the blue line. Dumped down the ice. Hope has it. Taken into the boulders by Schwartz. Kept in. Down. The backhand. A good block there. Getting some help from his defense there is Medill.
I think so.
And a hooking penalty has been called. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media. We're going to pay some bills here.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
These two teams might need to head down to our friends at Source Embroidery and get some friendship hoodies before the end of this game, Travis.
Absolutely, but I think the owner of Source Embroidery is in the building. Commissioner Mike Stackhouse is in arena. He told me he would be earlier.
Canora Cobras penalty for number 15, Derek Schwartz. 2 minutes for hooking. That's Schwartz. 2 minutes for hooking at 8:49.
Thompson at the blue line. Thompson passes it over along the sidewall. Back. Thompson has it. Thompson let the shot. That goes wide. 10:40 to go in the second period. Back. Thompson passes it over with a shot. Stop. He scores! And the Tigers pounce on that rebound, make it a 2-1 lead. A power play goal.
And Travis, that's what happens. You see, I think that's the first penalty that either hasn't been incredible defense, which few of them were, but one of the first penalties we've had that have actually had to run its course because there hasn't been another penalty called. That's what happens when Rocanville can actually get that power play set up.
It's all about discipline, and you got to stay out of the penalty box if you want to win a championship. Rocanville's playing with a man back against the wall. They don't want to They don't want to go down fighting, or they want to go down fighting. They don't want to go down in front of their home fans once again. They lost game 1 on home ice.
Rocanville Tigers second goal game scored by number 91, Jordan Robertson.
Robertson with the
Assisted
goal.
by number 25, Brett Hope. And number 10, Taylor Thompson.
Robertson
That's
from Hope
Robertson
and Thompson.
from Hope and Thompson at 9:27.
Halfway through the game, halfway through the second period, Rocanville leads 2-1 in what's been a rough and tough knock 'em out, drag 'em out game 3. Kept it, the blast. Behind the net, Paczynski. Losing the stick. Thompson. Loses it once again. Banked off the board. Foyers and using his wheels. Cochran, cross ice pass, the backhand. And we have a Tiger down. No call. 9:10 left. And to answer an earlier question, yes, Zane Walker is playing for the Rocanville Tigers here this evening. That was a very high shot, especially since the glass in the Rocanville arena is taller than me, and I'm about 6'3". I feel safe walking behind that glass. Jordan Robertson takes the draw. He wins it back to Hope. Hope sends it on net, kick to side there by Santos. Moved up ahead off the boards, down the ice. Takes a shot. That one goes wide. Behind the net, the Tigers. They have the momentum since the 2-1 goal. Spinning around, Robertson back. The shot, that one missed by just a little bit, a few centimeters. Back. The shot, high, bouncing puck. Moves it up. 8 minutes exactly left in the second period. Spinning around is number 4 for the Rocanville Tigers. And there's a stick and a glove on the ice. Ravy has it behind the net. Ravy off the net. Kept in. A bad bounce for the home side. Cross ice just out of reach. Robertson sends it down. Robertson gets it once again. Robertson up. Robertson cross ice pass. Back the other way. Going across the red line. Over the blue line. Puts it on net. Oh, and they're tripping. Colliding. Good save there by Medill. Over. Down low, Foster right in front. He's in his office. Foster off the mask again of Medill. Gets it. Trying the wraparound. Canora has the pressure now. McGonigal takes him into the boards. Schwartz falls down. Howie banks it off the boards. Down the ice it goes. Right on net. No, that one's icing. And we'll take a break. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobick Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
Tavats takes the draw. Wins it back. Puts it on net. Rock. Haven't seen much of Rock this evening. He's one of the better players for the Cobras. He had a great game that game when we were in Wapella. But haven't said his name much at all here this evening.
And he had 2 goals and assists last night as well, Travis.
Rock is out there. The Rock's looking to lay some smackdown on the Tigers. Seeing if he is the final boss. Howie with the Thompson puts it in front. Oh, that's got a good save there. Down. And here comes good stick there. And hard back. Hope. Rock. Howie. No, correction, that was Raby. Here's Howie. Howie across ice. Up ahead. Over the red line. Up the blue line. In all alone. A good stick. Brett Hope. And we have
I don't understand how we're not getting a goaltender interference penalty there. The ref might have been blocked by the Rocanville player, or thought that he pushed him in, but that player was not pushed into the Rocanville goalie there.
baffling it is. Yes. 5:17 to go here in the second period. In what's been a rough and physical game 3. Canora's not going down, or Rocanville's not going down without a fight. And you wouldn't expect anything different from the reigning, defending, undisputed, undefeated in regulation during the regular season Rocanville Tigers. Banked off the boards. And out. Dermalewski. Walker up ahead. And another penalty. Let's pay some bills. You're watching Good On Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
There's no infraction on the play. Which arguably should have been a too many men penalty, but too bad the Riders didn't have this ref in 2000 backhand in 2009. Takes a shot. Stop by Medill, who holds on for a whistle. 4:22 remaining in the second period.
Last time you made that comment, you made a joke about I was 5 years old. Actually, I would have been 10 years old at that point of the too many men.
Either way, it's a painful memory that I'm trying to forget, but I don't know what's more painful. The too many men penalty or having Winnipeg be a good team ever since COVID. I think I'd rather have every year too many men than have Winnipeg be good, but that's just my opinion. It's great that the Winnipeg Jets are good, though. Like, they're legit Stanley Cup contenders. Defense and goal and 4 lines firing on all cylinders.
We thought that last year until round 1 as well.
That's true. Then the playoffs started.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And the playoffs are well underway in the Sask East Hockey League. Well, the championship could be decided here this evening, but right now the Tigers, they're hanging on. Hope, take it into the boards hard, but clean. 2 people to take Hope down. And Rocanville back the other way, down low. Stop. Hope here he is, feeling no worse for wear. He's dishing it out as well. 2:55 remaining in the second period. Feeds it across the shot. Stopped by Santos, who holds on for a whistle.
And Brett Hope is not somebody Canora wants to get upset. He's one of those players, if he's not doing a whole lot, you let him sleep. When he starts getting upset, guys start getting run. And he can turn a game on its head with his offensive skill or with his physical skill. If he's not doing much, don't go at him. Just let him be there.
Don't poke the bear is what you're saying, I think. Back
Yes,
to the
it
point.
is.
Hope with a shot kicked aside there, the aforementioned Hope. But it was a really big loss for Mooseman when they didn't have Hope or Howie or Robidoux out for games 1 and 2. And even the Davidson guys said it could have been a different story had Mooseman have had those guys. But they didn't, and that's the end of the story. The Davidson Cyclones, congratulations once again for winning the Provincial B last night in Mooseman. We hope you had a safe trip back to Davidson. And we have
another provincial actions, Travis. I will be in Redvers tomorrow for the game 1 of the Senior D final between Edom and Redvers.
That is indeed our next broadcast on TL Media. And we look forward to bringing that to you. And rumor is Reed might be making the road trip. More on that as it develops. We're going to take a break to pay some bills so that Reed can maybe get there. You're watching Good on Industry Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobick Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J SEHL Insurance.
This is the period that'll never end, it seems. 2 minutes left in it. McGonigal. Up ahead. Cochran. Cochran loses it. But Rocanville gets it back. McGonigal. McGonigal.
Hurt him more than it did yeah.
Up. The Hail Mary pass.
Oh, there it is.
Back. Here come the Tigers. A shot. Get that nonsense out of here, says Sentus, and we'll get out of here for 10 seconds. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobick Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J SEHL Insurance.
Robertson loses the draw. Canora banks it off the boards, down the ice. Spinning around is number 11, William Hopper. Has his stick lifted. Takes a shot. That hits an ankle and goes by. With 1 minute left in the second period, the Tigers are looking for more. Up ahead, across. Just content with sending it down. Medill takes it off the boards. Off the glass, sent down the ice. 40 seconds remaining in period number 2. Losing his footing, lost an edge. Second period dominated by the officials. Lots of penalties. Here they are. Oh, getting the tip of his skate on it. Just getting his blade on it. Howie back, trying to go after it. Time is on the Tigers' side, however. Sent out of play with 5.7 seconds to go. If you're Darren Schwartz, what are you saying to the Cobras heading into the second period intermission?
It's got to be just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Stay out of the penalty box. Both coaches are going to be preaching that. But Canora, one shot away in this game, and we know from seeing them, they fire the puck from anywhere.
They sure do, as he tried to get it there. And there's a Tiger on the ice. And we might have, tell me if you've heard this before, we have a penalty, I think. It'll be interesting to see. Anyway, you're watching Good on Industry Game Time on TL Media. Go tell 7 friends to tell 7 more friends to tell 7 more friends to tell their 20th cousin twice removed to come and watch a third period of Good on Industry Game Time on TL Media.
Good on Industries. Celebration Ford. Zaley's Furniture. Community Insurance. Bobic Roofing. Source Embroidery. J&J Hale Insurance. Levi Jameson Farms. Volley Aerobotics. Wanda Heron Photography. Dodge City Cimentals. The Hideout. Mako Well Servicing. Today's Furniture and Electronics. Young's Equipment. The Crate House. Wilson's Hometown Lawns. Nixon Electric. Sweeting Enterprises. Spruce Hill Farms. Highway Brothers Automotive. Shaw Agencies. Streaming services provided by Longman Apiaries.
And, I believe when everyone in that arena who was praying and thinking of me, I believe that's kind of when my bleeding had stopped, was when everybody started to think of praying and just giving their thoughts to me. I can't thank God enough for being with me in that moment and everybody who aided me to getting into this road to recovery. So after they got the bleeding to stop, I remember they just wrapped a big bandage around me and applied quite a bit of pressure. That was the biggest goal, is just to try and get that artery that was cut, nicked and cut in a few spots, to really clot up and stop bleeding. So they got a hold of the paramedics, the EMTs that were on call that night. They come and they loaded me into the ambulance. They took me over to Yorkton Hospital. My wife came with me in the ambulance. We got to the Yorkton Hospital there. I don't know what time it would have been. I think it was around that 12:30, 1:45 in the morning by then. They got me into the hospital. They wanted to wheel me in for a CT scan. They put some dye into my body just to see, I think, where the lacerations were to that artery, and to see where the dye was going to come out of. So quick CT scan. They wheeled me over to the ER side of the Yorkton facility. They then just put me in a room. A couple nurses come in. The doctor came by a little bit later. She was on call. She was pretty tired that night, and they pulled back the bandages to get a good visual of what she was going to maybe get into the next day when she was going to do the stitch job. And she said, this is pretty good, considering what's been on. She said it looks like a fairly clean cut. There's a few parts that aren't so clean, but you know what? Tomorrow morning we'll get you in for some stitches, and we'll do a small surgery, and we'll get you on your way. And me and my wife kind of said, okay, well that's good to hear. So we then were wheeled into just a different room, just kind of rest up for the night, get ready for the morning. I don't believe my wife slept at all that night. She was pretty high strung with just what she had witnessed and seen, as well as everybody else within the arena that night. I think it was quite a scene for everyone to be at. So the next morning, doctor came back. My coach come by, Tim Rusin, and my wife was there. He gave my wife a coffee and just kind of, said, good luck with the stitch job here. So they were going to wheel me in, and the one OR girl that was helping the doctor, she said, well, Cole, we've had a change of plans here. We can't do anesthesiologist today. I think our anesthesiologist is, she can't make it to the hospital just because of the weather and the storm that was coming through that morning. So they just said, well, we're just going to put you under local anesthetic. And I kind of went, well, okay, well, what's that? And they just said, well, we're just going to freeze you up real good and just kind of get stitched in there. So yeah, they put the freezing in. That stuff's not too fun, but they did a great job freezing it up. They the doctor started away stitching. It was probably, I don't know what it would have been. It would have been around an hour, a little over an hour and a half of continuous stitching. After I was all finished up, they wheeled me out and took me to another room to just kind of recover, and they kept me overnight just to ensure that no bleeding continued or anything happened with the stitch job and whatnot. And I was clear to go the next day on Monday there around dinner time, so it worked out well considering what the heck happened there that night.
Absolutely, I'd say it did. So how's recovery going now?
It's going well. The swelling has went down quite a bit. I had a few beaks from a few buddies there. One guy called me Quagmire. Another buddy called me Tom Wilson. I said, well, I think I'd rather be Tommy Wilson right now than this, but it's been going good. The stitching, I don't notice much pain anymore from the stitches. Swelling is just a little bit there. It's went down though, like I said, quite a bit. And my left ear, it's kind of lost a little bit of feeling. There was a little bit of nerve damage done with the laceration, but I'm hoping with the recovery process that I can get some feeling back and get on the mend and back to her here.
How long will the recovery process take?
That's a good question. I know the doctor wants to have a follow-up here next week. I'm on pretty much light stuff here, like no lifting, no nothing for at least a good 10 days to 2 weeks. They really want that to heal up. I know the doctor's order says, don't lift anything. You'd be surprised how much you actually exert your jaws and stuff when you're lifting stuff or just doing anything around the house. Soft foods, liquid diet kind of thing I'm on right now. So I'm just making sure I do that okay and you don't overexert it by any means. It's starting to feel better. So I've had one other time there when it started to feel better. A guy kind of overdid it a little bit. So I'm just kind of making sure that I tell myself, just take it easy. You're starting to feel good, but that's the time where you should really be resting the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Cole, or?
Just want to say thanks to everybody who's sent their prayers and thoughts. Without that, I don't believe I would maybe be here today. I want to thank, Caitlin Putland, Mark Pryor, Stephen Shackleton for all of them who helped aid with me getting to the hospital. Any medical staff or personnel that was with me along the way. And thanks to anybody who was in the arena that night, who was thinking of me or not at the arena. And, I know it would have been a horrific scene for some people to see, and my thoughts are with you guys too. It was a freak thing, and I don't wish it upon anyone, or if any family member or anyone by that means ever has to go through anything like this.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad to hear that you're on the mend and on the right track and still with us after that very scary incident there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was. It happened so quick, and there's only so much a person feels like he can do in that time. But with I've chatted with a few people now on the situation. We're just like we said we're thankful it was in Esterhazy, because in Churchbridge we don't have a local hospital nearby. It'd be 20-25 minutes to Esterhazy, 45 minutes or so to Yorkton. So just with us being in Esterhazy that night was convenient. It's funny to say that, but it's just the chain of events and how it went. It just kind of worked out for the greater good here, considering the circumstances.
That's for sure. Do you think you're I know secondary hockey comes secondary, but do you think your season's done, or do you hope to get back on the ice before the end of the year?
I haven't had a chance to answer that question yet. I'm pretty eager to get back. I know it's probably not what my wife wants to hear, but I'm eager to get back out there and get skating again and enjoying the game I dearly love and support. Hockey's been a big thing in my life. Am I going to be a little bit more, maybe a little bit more cautious out there, or maybe it's going to take a little bit of time to just kind of, run what happened through my mind a little bit when I get back on the ice. But, I'm hoping to have a good recovery and be with my teammates again and skate in that Imperial jersey.
Absolutely. I'm rocking one of your hoodies that I bought at the last broadcast that I did. Really
Looks
comfortable.
good. Yeah.
Well worth the $60. It's very warm, especially on the cold days we've been having lately.
Oh, yeah. It's been nasty out.
Well, I'll let you go, Cole, and thank you for coming on to the broadcast. And all the best. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And great to hear you were doing okay.
Thank you, Travis. Merry Christmas to you too, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
You too. Cole Kuster of the Churchbridge Imperials. A very, very lucky man that it wasn't a lot worse what happened. It's still very scary and lots of emotion going on, but it could have been a lot worse. For Travis Longman in the arena.
Good on Industries. Celebration Ford. Zaylee's Furniture. Community Insurance. Bobic Roofing. Source Embroidery. J&J Hale Insurance. Levi Jameson Farms. Volley Aerobotics. Wanda Heron Photography. Dodge City Cementals. The Hideout. Mako Well Servicing. Today's Furniture and Electronics. Young's Equipment. The Crate House. Wilson's Hometown Lawns. Nixon Electric. Sweeting Enterprises. Spruce Hill Farms. Highway Brothers Automotive. Shaw Agencies. Streaming services provided by Longman Apiaries.
And would like to thank Cole again for that interview, and glad to hear that he came back and played hockey and that everything's okay with him. But it just goes back to a lot of these leagues now mandating the neck protection. It's very, very important, especially for all the kids. Wear it properly, wear it where it needs to be, and it could save your life.
All right, you are, Reed. And Cole's one of the all-time great Churchbridge Imperials and all-around great person. You don't want to wish that on your worst enemy. We're going to take one more timeout, and then we're going to fly now for the third period. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Good on Industries. Celebration Ford. Zaylee's Furniture. Community Insurance. Bobic Roofing. Source Embroidery. J&J Hale Insurance. Levi Jameson Farms. Volley Aerobotics. Wanda Heron Photography. Dodge City Cementals. The Hideout. Mako Well Servicing. Today's Furniture and Electronics. Young's Equipment. The Crate House. Wilson's Hometown Lawns. Nixon Electric. Sweeting Enterprises. Spruce Hill Farms. Highway Brothers Automotive. Shaw Agencies. Streaming services provided by Longman Apiaries.
And it appears that we lost Travis's camera. I will run another short commercials as we get that figured out.
Community Insurance. Bobic Roofing. Source Embroidery. J&J Hale Insurance.
Boost your efficiency and your bottom line with Young's Equipment and Case IH. From the versatility of the Puma 150 CVX to the best-in-class efficiency of the Maximal.
Welcome back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
I am not sure what happened there. I just got booted from the studio, and that's shady. Hopefully it's not like last time or last year when we lost all access to our old TL media page, but we got it back. Well, no, we don't, but we're building better than ever. We have a loyal following, and we love everybody who's tuning in. Well, for the most part, we love people that you've never met. We appreciate you. It's great to be appreciated. Like, it sure is. I'm rambling on. How are you, Reed?
Oh, doing great. I'm very excited for, well, the finish of this game and tomorrow to go back to, in my opinion, my favorite place to go do a game. I love every rink we go to, but Redverse treats us so well. Very excited to go back there and be able to follow their chase of a provincial title.
Yes, we're going to be at the B Championship. Well, we were at the B Championship. We're going to be at least representing the A in game number 2. I will be in OCHAP. And the Cobras tie it up
At 0 seconds.
on the power play. The Tigers, not a great start for them, giving up the tying goal just 21 seconds in. It's a power play goal. Perfect start for the Cobras. Back the other way. Here's Thompson. Thompson driving hard behind the net. Thompson.
29. Okay, gotcha. Carter.
The shot. Here come the Cobras again. I think it hit Medill on the mask.
After this game, Adele might need to go to J&J Hale Insurance, ask about some Hale Insurance on his mask.
It sure probably sounds like to him the mask got hit by hail, but if I saw a hail the size of the hockey puck, I would definitely call J&J. I'd call him just a cat.
For number 65, Carter Canora Cobras goal scored by number 65, Carter Durowski, assisted by number 29, Logan Foster. And
Penalties have been a trend here this evening, but that was a goal. Carter Dermalowski ties it up for the Cobras on what's been a penalty-filled game. Can't fault the PA announcer for that one.
That was a good recovery.
We are all human beings, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to say things that best part about being a broadcaster, the word rather is your best friend. Oh, Smith has the puck. Oh, no, rather it's Johnson, for example. 18-17 left in the third period. We're tied up at 2. Rocanville leads the shots on goal department, allegedly, 26-18. Not sure what the penalty minutes. We need to get our calculators out there. The blast from the point. Stopped by Medill. Definition wins the drawback. Canora shoots it. And the play is down at the far end. But here come the Tigers. Cross ice pass. Howie. Severson. Howie. The shot. And a big save there. Sentis robs Regal with the pad. The shot. That goes wide. Regal. Down the ice it goes. And the play is in the neutral zone across. The Tigers breaking in once again. McGonigal. Thompson. Thanks it up. The goal scorer. It's a 3-on-1. Foster has it. The shot. Roof Gaddy. It's 3-2 for the Cobras. That was a laser that found the top corner. 3-2 for the Cobras, and they're within slithering distance of a champion.
And what a big moment that would be for the Cobras if it maintains. You can tell they want it not just for them, but for that community that has supported them so well.
There's a reason they hosted Hockey Day in Saskatchewan earlier this year on January the 18th. Frigid cold temperature, but it was a still capacity crowd, not a pacacity. Another shot. Big rebound.
Canora Cobras goal scored by number 29, Logan Foster. By number 69,
Canora for goal.
That's Foster from Derwasi at 244.
It might be Australian for beer, but it's Canora for goal. Foster's. The huge goal. Arguably the biggest goal in recent Canora Cobras history. They're all the biggest goals at this point. They've got the champions on the ropes. TikTok. Not the social media platform. Time is of the essence now for the Tigers. Passes it over. Hamilton. Looking like Scott Hamilton out there, and not the former Whitewood Oriole. Robertson, who was a fine skater himself. His son plays for the Regina Pats at the WHL. Came over on a trade from Calgary. Passes it up. Severson falls down. I wonder if his nickname is the Pylon. The Pylon is 1540 away from winning a championship. How many pylons do you know of that happening? We have an update on the out-of-town scoreboard. It's from Verdun. As soon as my phone cooperates, I will give it to you. So Clark Shamrocks are one win away from winning the Tiger Hills Hockey League Championship. They won tonight against Verdun 4-2. And here we are back in the Sask East Hockey League. Canora, 15 minutes away from winning the championship. Game 3 in the Tiger Hills Hockey League series is, I believe, on, I want to say Tuesday. I will try to have updates. The shot from Foster. Big save there. Let's take a break. You're watching Good on Industry Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
$14:30 left. Championship minutes potentially. Still lots of time though. The Tigers will not go down without a fight. They are on the ropes though. The Tigers are tiptoeing the fine line. And for the Tigers, a lot of their core is not getting any younger. Could this be the potential latter stages of the dynasty? A lot of these guys have been with the team for the latter part of at least one decade. The dynasty. The Tigers are always strong. Cochran going in. Good check by Santos. Is this the passing of the torch? Cochran over. Thompson has it knocked off down the ice. Going after it. This is shades of the Oilers playing the Islanders in the 80s. The dynasty, the passing of the torch potentially. Canora was close last year and got swept. And they're exchanging pleasantry down at the far end.
Game 3 of the Tiger Hills Hockey League is March 25th at 8 p.m. in Killarney.
March 25th is when? Tuesday. 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
I will have to check with my agent, but I think, oh, no, I cannot make it. No, there will not be a broadcast on Tuesday. Levi has baseball. And we're already getting into baseball season. And they're getting into the penalty box. Once again, stop me if you've heard this before, but they're going to the penalty box. We'll take a break. You're watching Good on Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
$13:23, 4-minute double minor. An innocent-looking play like that gets 4 minutes, but a deliberate shot, intent to injure possibly, only gets you 2.
Yeah, it doesn't overly make sense to me, Travis.
I don't understand a lot of things in this world. And that's one of them.
For kneeing.
Knee. Did you see a knee on that player?
No, I did not. I saw what I thought was a trip, maybe a little hip into the leg, but I didn't see a knee.
Rocanville Tigers penalty for number 91, Jordan Robertson. For kneeing.
A crucial penalty kill for the Tigers.
6:37.
That's a head scratcher if you ask me, and I'm just the unbiased broadcaster on TL Media. I am a broadcast
At this point
journalist.
of the game, you got to think that if Canora scores on this, that could be the dagger of this game.
Well, the Tigers have 9 lives. They are the feline species, but you got to think they're on live number 7. And each passing 3 minutes is another quarter life. But the Tigers, they're not going to go down without a fight. They
If
are
any of our listeners
literally-
would like to check Travis's math on that, go ahead.
Oh, he scores! You heard of Johnny on the spot? Well, that was Riley on the spot. Riley, definition with precision. 12-15, the lead is doubled. And the champagne might be getting cold in the Cobras dressing room. Or the Bud Lights or Budweisers, whatever they choose to drink. Hopefully they choose to drink a nice Canadian beverage. Maybe they got some Scout Brewing from Mooseman. That's good stuff. That's the official beer of TL Media.
Yep.
Foster.
789. Who's 70? I don't have a 79 on my finger. Oh, 29? Foster. And who was the other guy? 6. Okay, thanks.
Foster. And the wheels on the bus, they're not going around and around, they're falling off. There's a reason Tigers don't drive the bus. They're falling off in the latter stages.
Canora Cobras goal scored by number 88, Riley Steph. By number 29, Logan Foster. That's definition from Foster at 7:45.
Definition from Foster gives the teams insurance, whether that be from Hub Insurance, J&J Hale Insurance, or Community Insurance. You can never have enough insurance here on TL Media. And Rocanville takes a time out, and so will we. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Game 3 on TL Media.
Good On Industries, Celebration Ford, Zaley's Furniture, Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance, Levi Jameson Farms, Volley Aerobotics, Wanda Heron Photography, Dodge City Cimentals, The Hideout, Mako Well Servicing. Today's furniture.
Welcome back. 11:27 to go here. Rocanville is shorthanded, two-man disadvantage. Shot, big save there by Middle. 11:18 left. Foster feeds it down low. Foster has it again. Foster with the shot that hits a leg and goes wide. Big in front. Oh, just hops over. Oh, kept in. Foster feeds it down. Just trying to kill some clock. Two-man advantage. 10:55. Back to the point. Over the blast. Well, it was supposed to be a blast. Santos out to play it. Moves it up. Over. Foster back. And where's my camera going? Foster. Foster has it with the shot. Down low. Takes a shot off a leg. Foster feeds it a cross-ice pass. Back the other way. Thompson, the man you want to have it if you're a Rocanville Tiger. Here he is shooting. Oh, penalty, maybe a penalty shot. You can. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Are we going to give these fans a power play for Rocanville after they kill off the remaining 35 seconds? And we're doing the 50-50 draw right now. The number is 8675309. Oh, we have a winner. The winner is Jenny.
For $1,715 is 1593158. That is 1593158. 3158. If you have the winning ticket, please collect your money at the ticket booth.
If you have the winning ticket, please meet everyone in the lounge, and it's your turn to buy, I hear.
Canora Cobras penalty for number 29, Logan Kuster.
Foster's in the penalty box across the blue line.
2 minutes
Good
for
stick
shooting.
across ice.
950.
Down goes. I'm not sure which one of my 3 kids said that, but I love you too, boys. Howie is gone. Oh, big stay there by Santos. Tibbetts back over. The shot that goes wide. Spinning around, Thompson. Thompson passes over. Hope. Oh no! You can hear the gasp from the peanut gallery to my right, left side. Getting in. Robertson takes a shot. Down the ice. Across the blue line. 8:30 left in the third period. Passes it over. Back. Hope. Back to the blue line. It's Thompson. 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 Back. Kept in. The shot. Redirected. Haney had a genuine scoring chance there. Broken up. 3-on-1. Foster with the blast. Medill shuts the door with 8 minutes left. You're watching Good On Industries Game Time on TL Media. We'll be back after this.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
Breaking news. The Toronto Blue Jays have locked up one of their big pieces. Alejandro Kirk. Just the news we wanted to hear, Blue Jays fans.
Congratulations to Alan Reedy for winning $1,000.
Backhand, that goes wide. Congratulations to Alan Ravy of Rocanville. A little bit of consolation prize for the Rocanville faithful here this evening. The pot of gold, or 50, stays in the community. Longtime Tigers coach and hugely involved in minor hockey in Rocanville. Back to the point. Shot. Big rebound. Thompson. Thompson. The shot. Oh, that goes wide. Thompson. Robertson. Thompson with a shot. He scores! Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The Tigers are back. There's a reason Cats have 9 lives. Right now, I'd say they're on live number 8, but they all count. It ain't over till it's over. It's the eye of the Tiger. The thrill of the fight. Right now, they're rising up to the challenge of their rivals. Crosses it. Thompson from Robertson puts the Tigers back within 1. 6:40 left. Third period. Don't go anywhere.
Third goal of the game, scored by number 10, Taylor Thompson.
And the crowd's going wild.
Jordan Robertson.
Who's that?
From Robertson at 13:09. Holy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I've never had a voice crack like that.
And you're like, oh.
The excitement is building in the booth. Almost turned over. Robertson looking. Sounding like a 13-year-old boy getting his first date. Did our PA announcer. The shot hits an ankle, maybe a shin. I did not take anatomy. Maybe I should. I'll take an anatomy class in the off season. No, I won't. Don't have time for that. Bench off the boards. 5:30 to go. Third period. Passes it over. He has it. The Cobras have it. Rock's ready to roll, and he has it. He's taken into the boards. 5-10. Still anyone's game with Canora leading 4-3. Howie moves it up. Tibbetts sends it down. You're in for quite the finish here, ladies and gentlemen. Moves it over. Up ahead, over the blue line. Sent down the ice. Out of reach of anyone, and the Tigers get it. Number 4, Dylan Ravy. He'll be happy that his dad won the 50-50. But he has more important things to focus on right now, like getting his team tied. 4:25 to go. Third period. Rocanville 3, Canora 4. Rocanville's backs are against the wall. And you don't get a Tiger by the tail. Takes a shot. That goes wide. It's like eeny, meeny, miny, oh no. Catch a Tiger by the toe. And right now the Tigers are hollering. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Offside, and we'll take a break. You're watching Good On Industries Game Time on TL Media.
Community Insurance, Bobic Roofing, Source Embroidery, J&J Hale Insurance.
3:56 to go here in the third period. Foster's out there to take the face-off against Robertson in the neutral zone. Coming away with it are the Tigers. They send it down the ice and goes behind Sentis, going back to play it. And the Cobras have it, moves it up. And the physicality is picking back up here. Schwartz, 2-on-1. Schwartz and Foster. Foster's cross ice, hurling in hard, crashing in. Medill, he's down, and the delayed whistle. It appears that Medill is favoring his groin.
How many times can the Rocanville goaltender get run over tonight before something's done about it? Again, that Canora player was not shoved into the net. Someone needs to protect the Rocanville goaltender here. You're seeing him get up slower and slower.
Absolutely. I'm a little surprised. Like, the coach of Rocanville is Jeff Odgers, longtime NHL enforcer. You'd expect them to stand up for their goalie just a little bit more than they're doing tonight. Jeff Odgers is one of the nicest people you can meet off the ice, too. You wouldn't want to see him on the ice. He could kick your butt. But he would be the first to buy you a drink out. Now, don't go up to him and say, hey, Jeff, I'll here buy you a drink, because he won't, and he might take his... He's just something. He's a good guy, anyway. Takes it up ahead. Thompson. Oh, here come the Cobras. Sneaking in. Hope. Oh, he takes his man into the board, but he's also going to take a penalty. He's frustrated. He fires the puck on. And he's about to lose it. Snap! Lose it. Ever since they beat the champs. We'll take a break. You're watching Good On Industries Game Time on TL Media. As Hope continues to jolly back and forth, it appears he might have been given a misconduct. He doesn't want, the linesmen and the refs do not want to hear any more of his nonsense, which they deem to be nonsense. We're not going to take a break. I talked right through it, but we still love our sponsors. We'll take a break at the next whistle. Be ready, Reed.
The mouse is over it.
Right on. Right on.
I don't understand how. I mean, they gave him a 2-minute penalty for that hit. That's fine. But after you make a call like that, you have to take some. Like, he might have said the magic word, but he's going to be frustrated. He's going to be upset. They've been seeing these hits go on and on and on. They've been seeing their goalie get run over time after time. It just seems like a little bit of a quick trigger to get rid of a guy like Brett Hope.
Absolutely. Hope is lost for at least the next 2 minutes. And another one. Another Cobra is down and out. Now
I think you might see a 5-minute penalty here.
No. We're not going anywhere.
And it looks like they just kicked the Rocanville player out of the game there. I don't see how that hit is any different than the one along the boards where they should have done it earlier. They're trying to set a precedent now. Well, this is too late in the game to try and do that. They had control of the game early on. We were praising them for it. They've kind of lost control here. Now they're chasing their tails, trying to get the game back under control.
Disaster has just struck for Rocanville. That was number 10, Taylor Thompson.
Oh, that is somebody that Rocanville cannot afford to lose. He is, in my opinion, one of the most exciting players in Saskatchewan senior hockey.
Absolutely. He's the heart and soul of every team he is on. And I say this a lot, an all-around nice guy. He is. He'll always take the time. But there's a reason he was that irate. Frustration has boiled over for Rocanville. And maybe some questionable officiating. 2:43 left in the third period. Canora, 2:43 away from a championship with a 2-man advantage. Down low in front, big save there. Another big one, closing the door. 2:25 remains. In front, Foster. Big save there, Medill. Passes it over. Down low. In front. Oh, he scores! The Cobras. 2:14 away. Just added insurance. Not sure if they went to Hub, J&J, but they probably went to Community Insurance. It is your local insurance operator in Canora.
Now, Travis, on that Brett Hope penalty, was that a 2 and a 10, or was he given a 5 as well?
It was a 2 and a 10.
So, and then the Taylor
2-10
Thompson
and a
was
game.
a 5.
Hope was 2-10 and a game. What was Thompson? We have not received official word. They're quickly losing control here. The Zamboni driver has just been ejected from the game. If you're looking for a Zamboni driver, I would love to learn how to drive the Zamboni.
Number 25, Brett Hope. 2 minutes for boarding, 10-minute game misconduct, and a game. Misconduct. That's Hope with a boarding, a game misconduct, and a game at 17:10.
There's no word if there will be supplemental discipline after this game. Going into next season, it's appearing. Hope is lost for the game for the Tigers. Still no word on Thompson. He was beside himself being ejected, and justifiably so. Tigers take a man down. He's maybe a little embellished by Sorensen, but with the man with that nice of a duster, we're not going to question him. Minute 38 left. Passes it over. Howie with the shot. Stopped by Santos.
Just Thompson. I don't care what goal. Just what did Thompson get? Okay, board sync. Okay, thanks. Okay, Thompson got 2 for boarding, 10 in the game.
Thompson got 2 minutes for boarding, a 10-minute misconduct, and a game misconduct.
So on the plus side to the Rocanville Tigers with that one, without it being a 5, if they get a 5-minute penalty, they can score as many times as they can on that. But with a 2-minute, he scores, they come out because the 10-minute is not a manpower penalty.
10 minutes misconduct and a game. That's
correct.
2 minutes for boarding,
Robertson is out there.
misconduct and a game.
And another penalty to Rocanville.
He punched his own player.
Frustration is boiling over. It's going to get rough. We're going to see some fisticuffs here. I would not be. 1 minute, 24 seconds remaining. That is 84 seconds. 84 seconds. 1 minute, 24 seconds separates the Cobras from a championship.
And I don't know if you agree with me on that, Travis, on this one, but it looked like, yeah, there was a little cross-check, but it almost looked like Canora's own teammate's stick got him.
There's fans out here, and they're not being very kind to the officials. In fact, if they could hear them, there'd probably be a tear coming down their eyes. 5-minute power penalty to Rocanville. The game is falling apart, much like the highway between Mooseman and Rocanville. I said it last year, I was very critical of the highway, but anytime you have to go slow down to 60 for the bulk of your trip, and they're not even doing anything. Last year it was at least 80. Awful road. Major route too. There's a potash mine there. Foster. Across the blue line. Foster skates it in. Foster falls down. Surprised there's no penalty there to the invisible man. Passes it over. Takes a shot. Didn't get much on it. I think the stick blade went farther than the puck. 42.5 seconds left. Third period. 5-3 is the score for Canora.
Travis, do we have anything on why the 5-minute penalty?
I have not received word yet.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when you said there was a 5-minute up on the board. I was expecting a 2 and a 10, but
Cross-checking. Okay, next. Robertson got 5 for cross-checking in the game.
Robertson got 5 for cross-checking and a game misconduct. 30 seconds separates the Cobras from a championship. Moves it over. Regal. Ryan Regal out there. The blast. Every shot has to go in now for the Tigers. The shot, that did not go in. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm slow counting. Anyway, game over. The Cobras are 2024-2025 Sask East Hockey League champions. Congratulations, Canora. Go crazy. Go crazy, Cobratown. Go crazy. Don't forget to pick up your clothes on the way out. Celebrate good times. Come on.
and what a team they have there in Canora. If they can bring a lot of those guys back, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And for Rocanville, nothing to hang their heads on. They have ran every league they've been in for the last, 15, 20 years?
At least. I remember Well, I graduated back in 2006 from Mooseman, and I followed Rocanville for the last couple years, a lot closer, and they were the strongest team in the league then. So it's been at least 20 years. I remember watching Dustin Fisher and Troy Hickman, the dynasty for Rocanville. It was sad the last year of the Tiger Hills Hockey League where the Tigers, they didn't have a team. They didn't finish the season because of COVID. And then all that nonsense happened and they started a new league. And Rocanville's won it every year. But we have the winner, and new Saskatchewan East Hockey League champions, the Canora Cobras. Congratulations to everyone who supports the Canora Cobras and the Rocanville Tigers on a fantastic season. But celebrate! You have something to be proud of, Canora. You have The Rock. You have Foster. You've got a great team. Schwartz, the coach. Congratulations to the Canora Cobras. I'm going to list their roster. Number 1, Rylan Palkowick. Number 2, Matthew Wilgosh. Number 4, Carson Dennis. Number 6, Vaughn Wilgosh. 8, Tanner Deniselic. 10, Casey Maidonik. 11, William Huber. 14, Cole Raskiver. 15, Derek Schwartz. 17, Jacob Golka. Another 17, Grady Wolkowski. 18, Tyler Ostapov. 19, Logan Wolkowski. 20, Skylar Wallen. 21, Cody Dumas. 22, Austin, the champion, Severson. 24, Cody Rock. 28, Thomas Hauber. 29, Logan Foster. 30, Brad Santos. 42, Tanner Mack. 44, Scott McCoskey. 65, Carter Daramuski. My apologies, Carter. 77, Troy Zeliniak. 88, Riley Stephanishin. The coaching staff, head coach Darren Schwartz, the assistant coach Cal Hominiak, and the manager Tyler Wolkowski. Congratulations, Cobra Nation. Enjoy it tonight.
And Travis, I would like to point out, there's a few Rocanville Tigers still on the ice. That is amazing sportsmanship by them. And you see guys coming back out. Great job by them, staying out and supporting these guys after a hard-fought battle.
Anytime. I was just being thanked for a job well done, and it was nice meeting me, and I like hearing that. It's definitely an ego boost.
That's why I'm so
crazy,
excited to go back to
Canora.
Redverse.
I'm excited to go anywhere. Anywhere that wants to have TL Media, we would be love to accommodate. And that is a beautiful trophy.
That is a very, very nice trophy.
That is a thing of beauty. Now, I'll be celebrating on that one for sure.
Trophy came from our friends at Source Embroidery, or wonder where they got it.
That looks like there's going to be lots of beverages poured into that one like there was in the Davidson locker room last night. Congratulations to Canora. A reminder that we are back on the air tomorrow night. 5 o'clock start from Rivers. And we're going to stay with the celebration. Logan Foster. I would like to thank all the fans for tuning in, who enjoyed this broadcast, and we couldn't do it without you guys. Congratulations to the Canora Cobras. And I'd sign off, but our viewers keep going up. We're going to stay with this. We're staying with the celebration. In fact, I'm going to go down to ice level. See all the laundry on the ice. The champions, the Cobras.
And there's probably the biggest reason right there tonight. Brad Sentis backstopped them all year, played so well, and gets to carry around that trophy right now.
Congratulations to the Cobras. All about good sportsmanship and celebrations. We love a good celly here on TL Media. We're going down to ice level as soon as we can find a way on the ice. Here we go. All right, you're going to see me go on more steps.
Every time Travis goes down for a celebration, you're just waiting to see if his feet work on the ice.
And they don't usually. I walk like a penguin. Hopefully there's a doctor on call. Okay, if we sign off right away, it's because I've fallen on my derriere.
See if you can find Scott McCoskey. His mother says congratulations.
Schwartz celebrating. I knew a lot of these guys from when I lived in Kamsack. Let's get a shot of that beauty. Scott McCoskey. What number am I looking for?
That I don't know.
44, I believe.
I believe it's 44.
44, I think.
And look at that. Even after the celebration, Canora Cobras picking up the net.
They're a classy organization. I'm going to get one person to do a post-game interview with them.
It'd be nice if you could get McCoskey.
Schwartz. We're trying to get Scott McCoskey. His mom wants us to interview him. There, we have a McCoskey signing, I think. Scott? Are you Scott?
Yeah.
Right on. We got a Scott McCoskey signing. We're just going to change the camera angle around.
Adele Elizabeth.
Woohoo! I'm going to ask you the obvious question. How's it feel?
Oh, unbelievable. Last year came up short, and this year, pick up some good players, Derry and Schwartzy, and Brad too, and Senta is a stud all year for us. Didn't lose a game.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you talked about that you guys got swept last year. How sweet does it feel sweeping Rocanville again?
It's great. I mean, like game 1 down 2-0 in the first. I mean, we didn't have any worry. We knew we could keep chugging. We knew we could keep going, and came back, won that. Yesterday, you know, wasn't our best game. Got it done in overtime. Today we're down again and come up the third period. Shorsey kind of said if the power play doesn't wake up, he's going to do something. And scored right away, another one, and then they kind of lost their cool there, and we just kept playing.
You mentioned Shorsey. What's he mean to the club ever since he came over from Theodore?
Well, I mean, like, he was so good for us all year. Like, he's a presence. He's played. He's good. He was a captain of the team already, and getting him, and I mean his old man, like Darren, legend. Can't say enough good things about that family.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, Darren Shorts, congratulations, champion. How's it? Obvious question. How's it feel?
Well, it's great. You know, we've been waiting since last year that happened to us, so it's great to get revenge. And you know, I'm just proud of the guys the way they played. They just worked their tails off all 3 games.
Absolutely, and yeah, talk about losing to Rocanville. How much did that add to the fire this year?
Well, you know, it had everything to do with it, especially after last year. We had a tough series with Swan River, and 5 games that played us right out, and they caught us. You know, we had nothing left. And this year we were well rested, and you know, it just shows. We made some great pickups. You know, pick up Brad. Never lost a game. I think he could be 14-0 in the league. I haven't heard that before, but never lost a game all year. Then we pick up Derek, and we pick up Wallene, and that was the pieces we needed to keep where we are today.
Final question. How are you guys going to celebrate?
It's going to be great. It's a long time coming, and you know, this franchise needed it. And you know, 20 years ago, I played with the Cobras and we won, and now we do it here this year again. So it's something special.
Congratulations, Darren, and a safe travel back.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Darren Schwartz of Canora, and we are going to cut our celebrations right now. We want to thank everyone for tuning in, and congratulations to the Canora Cobras once again. It's not about me. Let's a shot. It's about the families. I'm going to go around and get a shot of all the families that are on the ice. That's what it's all about. Family. Canora, family is special. For all of us here at TL Media, we will see you tomorrow night live from Redverse. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Pick up Wally, boy. Wally would have come last year, but it